This channel is South African, which means that we are the reigning World Cup champions and the record holder for the most Rugby World Cups won. However, while rugby is more about real-time combat, I'm more of a fan of turn-based rugby, also known as American football or the NFL, which also means my rugby knowledge is terrible and I'm a bad South African. This is why I brought in my much-trusted video game lab partner and absolute rugby nut Kelly to review it instead. And folks, I'm not gonna lie, I think she was screaming at the screen the same amount as she does for a typical rugby match, but for a completely different reason. So everything from this point forward in this video really is just me channeling her inner rage. This is Rugby 25 as shouted about by Kelly.
I said whoever got next is fine with us. I ain't gonna let.
I can't bring myself to understand how Rugby 25 exists as a game, and at that, a game with a price tag. To be honest, if this was free to play, I still wouldn't play it. The first hurdle to pass with Rugby 25 would actually be getting the game to launch on PC. The initial game download was followed by some patches, and every time I installed a patch, the game wouldn't launch, and I would need to delete the entire game and then re-download it. This happened twice. Also, I'm not actually sure what those patches did, as there were no obvious improvements to the game. Once you get the game to launch, you'll be popped into a menu that looks like it was put together by a skeleton crew. The game lacks a working UI from the moment it's launched. You'd assume there'd be some kind of easily accessible tutorial, as with most games. In this case, you'd be wrong. The tutorials are buried deep in the awful UI. When I did find them, they were so unhelpful that they really shouldn't have existed at all. If you ask me what part of gameplay was learned, I'd say nothing, because in the tackling tutorial, I couldn't tackle the AI even though I was pretty much standing on top of them. Learning scrums, hope the game registers your button input. Learning rucks, just smash all the buttons and pray. This really set the tone for what followed. The game looks like it was made in the early 2000s. Stadiums are pretty terrible looking, spectators are nothing more than blurred pixels in the stands, players are identifiable but look like they belong in Madden to Swords, but that might be a compliment. There are commentators. They add nothing but incorrect, badly timed, often repeated one-liners. Playing a match feels like playing Mortal Kombat for the first time at your cousin's friend's house. Smash all the buttons you can as quick as you can and pretend you know what you're doing. The teams look like stickmen. Running feels slow, there's no player positioning, so passing the ball is almost impossible, and the camera janks itself around the field enough to cause constant disorientation. There is a 100% guarantee that there will be a visual bug, an unexplained yellow card, a weird injury, and that all the joy in your life will drain away. The two things this game got right have absolutely nothing to do with the actual gameplay experience. There is incredibly broad licensing. Teams at international and regional level across many tournaments are represented. They also got the kits right, and you can even choose to play in home or away kit. This is not a game you should consider buying now or in the future. In an era where sports games like FIFA and MLB exist as complete experiences and are generally well received, a release like Rugby 25 is inexcusable. It's really nothing but an empty shell, and rugby deserves so much more.
Hey, big guy.
Whew, okay, so I need to stop channeling Kelly there.
Sun's getting real low.
Sorry the game sucks, but I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the like button to let me know, and also subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Thanks for watching, I'll see you soon.